Hey everyone, welcome to tonight's recap of the series. No, it's season. Hey everyone, welcome to the season premiere of the Celebrity Apprentice
Season
recap.
7!
Yay!
For an in-depth on these crazy mofo celebs, click right here.
Oh, so I'm pretty excited about this cast. It's a really good mix.
There's a lot of crazy mofos, but probably not as crazy as Meatloaf.
Give me my burgers!
Sorry! Alright, so... men versus women, again.
It'd be kind of interesting to see them
Snooze fest.
mix up the initial teams for once. Because they do men versus women like every season, right?
Yeah.
Have they ever not?
No.
Alright, well, it is what it is.
So, it's create and sell your own celebrity pies for Pie Face.
This challenge made me so hungry, but instead of pies, which we didn't have,
Well, we had pot pie for dinner, so
that's right.
What a coincidence.
I ate a crap ton of
mine
Cheetos.
Sucked.
No, it was great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I win.
So they were tasked with creating 2 pies per team. One was savory.
And the other was sweet.
Right.
So, first, let's talk about the teams, though.
Well, wait. They were working with Pie Face.
Right, I'd said that.
Oh.
And the drunky cake boss is going to pick the best tasting
that
pie.
makes me so sad.
And I think it was, I can't remember who's giving them the $25,000 bonus.
Toshiba?
I think you're right.
Okay.
All right, so the women's team. A lot of strong personalities on this team.
Before they even get to the task, they have to pick a name for the team. So
they came up with 2.
The 2 choices were Team Infinity, which Kenya put forth, and Brandy was like, let's be Team Gold.
Surprised she didn't pick Team Peener. We all love it, right?
I'm sure that was thrown out there. But anyway, you can tell already, there's some tension between Brandy and Kenya. They're both Real Housewives.
No, there's not just tension, the het.
Seems like it.
All right, so they went with Team Infinity because most people were like, gold. Well, we do have 2 gold medalists, but I really like Infinity. All right, so the Prime Minister, a.k.a. Project Manager, is Keisha.
Oh, man, Rudy.
Rudy Huxtable.
Right, so they got their project manager. Time to send in the advisor.
Piers Morgan here. I just thought I'd like to give you all a bit of advice.
All right, well, he does give them good advice because he's like, this is a straight up fundraising challenge. You need to go, make your phone calls, whatever, get in those big donors.
Bottom line is the money. You can put poop inside of the pies because it don't matter.
You need the checks.
They want the money.
You need those checks.
It's all about the Benjamins, baby.
Right, so they were like, oh yeah, you're right. And then they didn't do that. So...
time to make the pies.
The pie making was pretty much up to Kate Gosselin and Jamie Anderson.
Because those are probably the only 2 ladies on this team that cook.
Well, Jamie was like, I'm going to do the sweet one. Let's put pears and blueberries. And at first I was kind of like, I don't know about that.
That sounds good.
But they said it was great.
Yeah.
So.
And then there was a little bit of a fight over the savory one because Keisha was like, oh, I think I'm going to call it enchilada. Mm-hmm. And Kate was like, no, it's a taco. And then they were like, okay, it's an enchilada taco pie.
Yeah. I would have gone with taco just because I feel like taco is more...
mainstream?
Yeah. But
you know
anyway.
what? It's not about the pies.
That's true. Again, you could put actual feces in the pies.
And it would still be the same result in the end.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let Kate cook. Come on. She's the one who actually cooks, Keisha.
Yeah. Well, Keisha made it a point of putting a few people on social media duty.
Right.
They wanted to bring a lot of people in using Twitter and everything. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
I think Sean was the only one who actually knew what she was doing, though, because she was
I don't know. Brandy's on Twitter a lot. She's always like, this person sucks.
Yeah, well, that's not very wise, but it's time to call the donors. And Keisha did not call Cosby.
Whoa, there was a lot of Cosby talk on this episode, and considering recent allegations...
In light of what's going on...
It was kind of awkward.
I could see why she possibly did not want to call Cosby.
Well, I mean, that didn't break.
No.
You know. Oh, if she knew that... I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of speculation about that.
There was an awful lot of jokes and stuff on like Saturday Night Live and Channel 4 shows.
Well, that's a different show.
Yeah, but I'm saying it was probably well known within the community.
Like I said, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of talk about it.
All right, well, Keisha wasn't a very effective prime minister. She really wasn't.
She wasn't very good at delegating.
She was a micromanager, and she even sucked at that.
Yeah.
So Kenya was like, I don't have anything to do. Give me something to do, girl.
Yeah, it seemed there were a lot of times when people were just like, what am I supposed to be doing? Oh, I guess I'll just do this because no one else is doing it.
Exactly. The best part of this whole episode was the pie-in-the-face fight between Brandy and Kenya.
Yep. But did you see that little baby in the background?
Oh.
They got whipped cream on the baby and he was just crying.
He was like, wah, wah, wah. Poor kid.
So sad.
I wonder whose baby that was. Who's a cutie?
Die.
All right, so Piers shows up and he's like, this place is a disaster. Where's the money? No one's in charge here. Give me pies.
He didn't seem that pleased with it.
No. Well, let's talk about the men's team now.
All right.
Team Vortex.
Thanks, Geraldo.
They also had a few names thrown out there, including Team Geraldo. And
yeah, I don't think that was going to happen.
Also, can I just say Gilbert Gottfried was amazing.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that.
From start to finish, even though the guy is a shriveled up, dry, old shred of his former self, he's funny as hell.
Come on. Give him some credit.
He's like walking around like an old man. Well, I guess he is, but...
What do you want from him?
They went with Vortex.
Okay.
And the prime minister on this team is Geraldo.
Oh, Geraldo. He's taking charge.
He's got a really good charity, too.
Everybody's got a great charity.
Yeah, that's true. So Ivanka shows up, and unlike Piers Morgan...
She doesn't seem to give advice. Maybe she did off camera, but the whole thing that we saw was her drooling over Ian and his 90210 days.
90210. Where's Brenda? And Geraldo did not know that it was Ian.
Remember when he called him Ian? And he was like, that's not my name.
And he was like, oh, Ian, whatever.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, Geraldo.
I know, exactly. So their pies were this chocolate vanilla pie that the Jonas Brothers' wife makes, and it's just
Did you make it on your reality show?
I'm sure of it.
Okay, and the savory pie was Lorenzo Lamas's low-calorie chicken pot pie.
Mmm, sounds tasty. Right. Who was in charge of... was Sig in charge of burning the crusts?
Oh, they burnt a lot of pie crusts.
They had to throw out quite a few pie crusts.
But you know what? They didn't throw out all of them, and I think they sent out some burnt ones.
Yeah, they did. Well, Gilbert Gottfried's in charge of securing the entertainment.
He brought some interesting people around.
Some jugglers, some fire eaters.
Howard Stern impersonator.
Yeah.
He did look like him.
He looked scarily like him. It was really good. And Gilbert's shtick the entire time was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, the whole time I was thinking, like, yeah, these things are fun, but you're Gilbert Gottfried. Like, you are the entertainment. You don't need other entertainment. Yeah.
I was just waiting for Geraldo's prostate exam, but it never happened.
No! Okay. So, Kevin Jonas. He's got over 4 million Twitter followers. Of course, all the tweens and teens and whatevers are going to show up.
And they did. And they did.
Yeah, but like half of this episode was Kevin Jonas complaining about Geraldo and how much he sucked.
He is such a little baby bitch.
I'm sorry,
but it's true.
Oh my gosh.
Ow. He didn't raise as much money as me.
He's kind of a size queen.
I'm telling Mr. Trump.
Yeah, like Kevin Jonas did make some good points about certain things, but at the same time,
so grating.
Yeah, he is. Very grating.
So Piers showed up and he was like, yes, big money here.
Who contributed the least?
Hair for Men Lorenzo.
Ugh.
Don't do that anymore.
Okay.
It can't be real.
Well, he said that right in front of Lorenzo, and he was just like,
He was like,
oh crap. Okay, let's talk about the boardroom.
all right. Keisha says, the star fundraiser of my team was Lisa.
She brought in a lot of big names.
And Lisa was all like,
yeah. I know she hasn't been on before, but I just feel like she's been on this show before.
she's just a type.
I guess.
All right, so who
worked the hardest?
Yeah. Jamie, Kate, and Sean.
All right, they worked on the pies. They were the main pie bakers.
Exactly. So Sean was very skeptical. She's like, I don't think we won because the men have way more money sources on their team.
Yeah. And I mean, she made a good point, but she sounded like a total Debbie Downer.
Yeah. Kind of really put a nail in the coffin there.
Yeah.
And Kenya, right away. Kenya said,
her name is Kenya.
Geraldo.
Get it together.
Eon. All right, so
Kenya called out Keisha. She was like, yep, she was the weakest. Project manager sucked.
Kenya. All right, on Geraldo's team, Gilbert was hilarious. I can't say it enough.
I know.
So entertaining.
Yeah, they brought up the fact that Lorenzo only raised $100. Was he holding back, or is he just friendless?
For Christ's sakes, couldn't he get Shane Lamas down there with like $100 and he would have had two? Maybe she was the $100. I don't know. Maybe one of his ex-wives. There are many.
They said, "Puck you."
They said, you owe us money.
Yeah, well, there was another issue with the money. Geraldo didn't seem to know how much anyone else on the team raised.
He was oblivious. Jonas...
And of course, Kevin Jonas was like, he didn't know this. He didn't know this.
Mr. Trump,
yeah.
I have the list right here. All right, so let's get to the cake boss.
Okay.
Drunky Cake Boss says...
Stop calling him that. He made a mistake.
I didn't like the way he was so critical. He could have been like, well, this is good, but...
Well, maybe it was really bad.
All right, well, the men's pies were not great.
Yeah, the savory one needed salt. It was a little bland. And the sweet one...
Maybe it was for people on a low-sodium diet.
Maybe. The sweet one, burnt crust. Ugh.
And the women, ooh, that enchilada taco... Too many things going on there.
I kind of felt like it was going to be like that because when they were planning it out, they were like, this one and this one and this one and this one.
I need 6 cups of seasoning in here. All right, and the one that they nailed was the sweet pie.
Yep, good job, Jamie.
Exactly.
So that means that as a result, the women won a $25,000 bonus.
Yeah. So you must be saying to yourselves, well, if they won the $25,000, maybe they're close. Oh, no, they weren't.
Yeah, so the women raised $93,000.
And the men raised $185,000?
What?
That's crazy.
They tore them a new a-hole, pretty much.
So that means that's $280,000 for Geraldo's charity Life's Work, which is awesome. All right, so it's time for the actual boardroom now. Ladies, line up.
All right, Keisha's like, we did our best.
Mr. Trump?
Yeah, that's not gonna cut it.
Well, Jamie, Kate, and Sean, they didn't really bring in much cash.
Yeah, she gave them the praise again for working really hard on baking the pies, but they didn't bring in much money.
Mr. Trump!
Kate Gosselin didn't bring in
She
any.
brought in $0, Mr. Trump!
Yeah.
Yeah, but Kate was like, even though I brought in no money, you sucked.
Did you notice?
You should be fired.
Kate Gosselin kept saying, like, thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak. Thank you for letting me open my mouth. Thank you.
She was very polite. She's a mom, okay? Brandy said Kate was lazy.
What?
Did you smoke a J in the car, Brandy?
I could see, you know, that clip that they showed where she was kind of like, come get a pie. And she was kind of just standing there.
That was so isolated. She was probably on break because she was slaving away in the kitchen. Come on.
Yeah.
Brandy.
Everyone else was like, no.
Well, Kenya.
Her name is not Kenya.
I'm going to be doing that all season now. Kenya said, why didn't you call Bill?
As in Bill Cosby.
Hello?
And Keisha was like, I haven't talked to him in 5 years. Like, we only see each other at Cosby events now, so, like, I can't just do that and ask for money.
Can you show us on the doll why you didn't call Bill?
Don't do that. So, Trump was all like, oh, Geraldo, turn off your TV now. It's time to bring in the final 3.
This is gonna get ugly. So Keisha decides to bring back Jamie and Kate.
I think that was a big mistake.
Big mistake. But you know what? No matter who she would have brought back.
She's in trouble.
She's in big trouble.
So Trump is like, why did you bring Jamie in here? She basically earned you $25,000 with her sweet pie.
Well, Mr. Trump, it was a group effort. She only won like 5,000 because...
Why are you talking like Hermie the Elf?
No, I'm talking like her as Rudy.
Okay.
She totally had like deviated septum and she was all congested all the time.
Yeah.
Dad.
All right, so
Keisha really only raised like $7,000, which is not a lot when you're the project manager.
She said when you sliced up the pie, Jamie really only earned 5,000. So
I don't think so.
She was trying to be very strategic about who she was giving credit to and how much credit she was giving them.
So then Kate was thankfully given the opportunity to speak again, and she was like, yes, Keisha was big and strong, but she failed.
You were big and strong, and you tried really hard. It was like she was talking to one of her kids.
It was
great. And
it was sad because Keisha started crying. I think Kate was kind of tearing up.
You know what? Nobody wants to see tears in the bedroom, in the boardroom.
What is wrong with you?
Nobody wants to see tears in the boardroom any less than Trump. Come on! He doesn't like that.
So Trump was like, you know what? I'm gonna give you $25,000 from my own wallet.
From my own pocket.
For your charity.
But you're fired.
Oh. So that was very generous, the $25,000.
Usually when the ladies cry, he pulls out the money.
Yeah.
I think he's used to that.
I feel, doesn't he give money every time somebody's fired that hasn't already won money? I thought it was less than that, though. Like, 25.
It's usually like 10 or something like that, and that's from the show, but he made it seem like it was his own pocket. But he is a producer for the show, isn't he? So it's kind of like...
I'm sure he is, yeah.
All right. Well, bye, Keisha.
Bye.
Sorry.
All right. So, looking forward to this season.
Tomorrow night, Monday night, is the regular night for the show, and they are going to be doing 2 back-to-back episodes every Monday.
Wow.
Which is fantastic because I really feel like they blew a lot of time just doing 1 2-hour episode.
Yeah.
Too much boardroom and bedroom time.
It's going to be quick. It's going to be exciting and fun. So I hope you guys join us. So let us know what you thought of this episode. Do you think that Keisha should have gone home? All right.
Just leave it in the comments anyway. So you know, we want to know.
Okay.
And until next time,
Much love.
Edit.